Hello, everybody. Oh my gosh, I blend in with the wall. That's pretty funny. So I have to go on a little rant. I was going to talk about your gut running the show and what happens when it doesn't. So we're going to talk about that a little bit, but I also want to just talk about the dabblers, I call them. And you know, shockingly enough, even some of these big online hormone balance people are a racket. I am just seeing a lot of issues that they're all about, they're all about the profit and not really listening to the patient. And that annoys me. That really, really gets me angry. I did a consult, have someone who was on way too much progesterone, felt like crap, having hot flashes. No one addressed the hot flashes because in her blood work, her estrogen looked normal. They never put her on estrogen. Well, you cannot look at one thing alone. You have to connect the dots. I say it all the time. You need to connect the dots. Yes, guess what? You can get lots of information from ChatGPT. However, what are you going to do with it? Having information is one thing, but being able to connect the dots, put symptoms and treatment together for results, that's the trick. That's the key. And that is what is missing when right now we have information aplenty. You know, you can get lab work anywhere you want to. You can get any lab work anywhere you want to right now, which is fantastic because knowledge is power. But what are you going to do with that information? So that's what I do. I connect the dots. And AI can't do that. And traditional medicine does not connect the dots. I'm a little angry about my own situation, which I will be talking about a little bit more, because everything matters. You cannot look at one blood test and create an entire treatment plan. Doesn't work. So anyone out there who has thyroid issues, who is feeling sluggish, losing hair, cold intolerant, weight loss resistant, if you're feeling any of those things and your lab work from your physical has a TSH on it and nothing else, demand more. You need so much more than just a TSH. And if you don't have a thyroid, you need much, much more. And you also should not be taking Synthroid or levothyroxine alone. Your body needs T3 as well. And when you are solely dependent on the medication, these little nuances all matter. We want to feel good, and feeling good is when your labs are optimal and someone is connecting the dots for you and you are not left stuck with results and feeling like crap. So yeah, I test six thyroid panels. Hi, Maria. 6 different thyroid indicators, not just TSH. So it has been a stressful week. I myself have been, again, very disheartened. And it's not the providers necessarily, the system. The system is broken. There's no time to do what needs to be done. The system is pushing pills to fix something. And a pill won't fix anything until you find the root cause of it. And it takes a lot to dig deep and find out what the issue is. And it takes a lot more than just 1 or 2 isolated lab values. Okay, I digress. So, little rant. I've been holding that in for a week. You'll be seeing a lot more posts and things. So let's talk about guts, because September, our topic for September in Fit Life membership, Fit Formula, in the whole kit and caboodle is gut health. So we're going to talk about literally why your gut runs the show and how it affects everything. So talk about everything being affected, right? So ever wonder, sleep, mood, weight loss, sometimes it just feels impossible no matter how hard you try. And the sleep thing is a problem. The sleep thing is a problem because, some days it works. Sometimes you can take melatonin, it works great. Other days, no. And this all comes down to your gut being the boss, right? When your gut is happy, everything else falls in line. When it's a mess, there's total chaos. The saying, when mama's not happy, no one's happy. That's kind of your gut being in control. So bloating and irritants, your gut lining is inflamed, and this is when it starts sending SOS signals, okay? So we've got bloating and irritants. What causes it? Highly processed foods, sugar, anything that turns into sugar, gluten, alcohol, drugs, antibiotics. All of these things just degrade our intestinal wall and start to make things leaky, loosey-goosey, and just causes chaos. Bugs and balance, right? We have an overgrowth of bad bacteria that overtakes the good bacteria. I talk about this. Think about it. When we make bread, you got water, yeast. What do you throw on top of the yeast? Sugar. Yeast is a bacteria. Sugar ferments it or activates it. And that is what's happening when you have the sugar and the highly processed foods in your gut. That's what causes the bloat and the gas and all of that. Then the bad bacteria craves the sugar. That's what it wants. So it will cause, when you have that imbalance, the high bad bacteria, the low good bacteria, the bad bacteria is running the show. And that will cause cravings, brain fog, throw off your hormones, and messes with your sleep, because that all comes back to hormone balance. And then we have nutrient gaps, because without the right minerals, which our minerals are the building block of so many things. And minerals, zinc, glutamine, these all strengthen and repair cells. Glutamine literally repairs these cells of your intestinal wall. So that is huge. So first thing we want to do, get rid of the irritants. That'll calm the inflammation and the gas and the bloating. If you get rid of 80% of those highly inflammatory foods, within 7 days, things are going to start to feel calm and you're going to feel lighter. Brain fog's going to start to go away. And, it's difficult because you really have to read labels, and, it's hard. It takes a little extra time. We can't just go through the motions and do what we used to do. Reinoculating your gut with a good high-dose probiotic to reestablish, snuff down the bad bacteria and increase the good bacteria. It stinks I have to hold my phone because I don't have two hands to talk. And then replenish and strengthen the gut wall. That's why bone broth is so good for gut health, because it has all of these little essential minerals. Now, the cool thing is, if we have done hair tissue mineral analysis testing and you are on a custom mineral blend, one of the reasons I love it is because it will replace it'll replace 90 to 95% of your supplements that you take. So cost effective and easy, right? But all of those minerals, which are the literal building blocks of so many things, proteins, vitamins, everything, they heal the gut and help it stay strong and help it not be leaky, and so things aren't escaping from it. So bloating, the bathroom chaos and the low mood, skin issues, rashes are directly related to gut health, especially yeast type rashes, athlete's foot, yeast infections. It is a systemic overgrowth, and where something just gets tripped and all of a sudden, hi Kelly, all of a sudden you have a rash. And I see this a lot when we're doing a detox or when we're trying to open up detoxification channels, which always should be opened, always should be, because your body is constantly getting rid of toxins. And if our lymphatic system and our liver is not working and things aren't flowing freely, then we have trouble. Rashes are a huge thing, headache. This is why I don't recommend doing full-blown detoxes alone, because things can happen. You can kind of open the floodgates, and things often get worse before they get better. So we are going to be talking all about gut health. If you're not in my Optimal You group, join the Optimal You group. We'll be talking all about strengthening that gut, reinoculating, putting the good bacteria back in, and getting rid of, try it for 7 days. Try to get rid of highly processed foods, sugars, alcohol. This is the perfect time to do it. Not a whole lot of parties going on. Take 1 week to make that change and see how it affects you and how you feel. I am all about small, consistent changes carried on and just stacked upon. So make one change this week. Incorporate chia seeds for the fiber, probiotics, prebiotics. Prebiotics are the fiber that good bacteria eats. It helps the good guys in your gut stay strong and healthy, okay? And we want them to be the big football team. So prebiotics you can get in asparagus, chia seeds, y'all know they're my favorite, onions, garlic, and just good, healthy vegetable fiber. Fantastic. That'll feed the good bacteria. A good, high quality probiotic. My favorite, I use Nutridyne. It's a professional grade. Absolutely love it. My favorite is they have a powder. It's 80 billion strains of bacteria. Our gut loves variety. So if you have been using the same probiotic for a long time, switch it out. I have a recommendation of 3 different probiotics that I just rotate once a month, have a different one. The reason I like this one in particular, it's 80 billion strains of different bacteria. 20 billion is pretty much the daily supplement dose. I use an 80 billion strain kind when we're doing gut resets, because I like to, when we go to reinoculate, after we get rid of all the bad stuff, once we start to replenish the good bacteria, it's great to have 80 billion coming in there. And if you do the 80 billion for a couple of weeks, you can start to decrease it. Go down to 40 billion, then go down to your 20 billion quarter dose. And so you're not spending a ton of money. So you're getting the high dose probiotic and you're using it a little less often. So cost effective, convenient, And when you need to, you can always increase the dose. We want to increase probiotics after you've taken an antibiotic. Feeling sick, cold and flu season, if you're feeling a little run down, just feeling a little off, sometimes you need a little boost in the gut. All right, I think I covered a lot. Thanks for staying on. Thanks for listening to my little rant in the beginning. And holler if you have any questions. I have a link if you want my supplement line. I use Nutridyne, and like I said, variety. You want a good high quality. Don't get anything from a drugstore. Good high quality supplements are well worth their weight in gold. Don't even bother with a low quality one, especially when we're dealing with probiotics. They need to be active and your body needs to absorb them. Happy to drop a link if anybody wants it. I offer everybody a 15% discount. And, again, probiotics, just good quality, variety. So swap the different strains out every month. All right, all. Thanks. Have a good one.